Welcome. Welcome to Empower Your Energy Workshop. And I'm Rose Whippich. This is going to be nice. And I really appreciate that you are taking time and bringing your energy into this space. I love to teach. I love to create community. And I like to create curiosity about the topic of energy and any of the other topics that I love to discuss. And that's why I do the podcast as well. So welcome. Um, And I mentioned before I hit record, please have water handy. Even if you're watching the recording, have some water nearby. I hope you're in a comfortable space. We will be doing a little bit of movement to get our energy moving shortly. And yeah, so it'll be hopefully fun. And I do appreciate any feedback that you want to provide me afterwards as well. So welcome to the workshop. And a little bit about me. Some of you don't know me a lot, and if I share this, so I just want to share a little bit about myself. I teach Qigong and yoga. I've been teaching yoga for a while. I've been studying yoga for many, many, many years. And Qigong, I am certified in that. I have a lot of hours in both of these modalities. And I'm also a Reiki master teacher. And I've been a Reiki practitioner for, oh my gosh, close to 15 or so years now. I've known about Reiki for a long time. And I'm also a Reiki master, which means I can teach other people to have this energy as well and to use it. And that's what I really love to do. I love to help people connect with this energy so that you can become your own healer. And that's really what it's all about. I like to combine these energy practices. I call myself an energy alchemist. That's kind of like a new thing because I am passionate about showing and teaching people how to connect with that energy and how to cultivate it and how to understand it, right? How to live with it and cultivate it and change it and unblock it so that you can live a healthier life. All right. What does it mean to empower your energy? So, becoming aware of and working with our subtle energy systems within and around you. So, what does that mean? Within us, there's a subtle energy system known as, let's say, the chakras, which are energy wheels that begin at the base of our spine and go all the way up to our crown. Well, we also have the meridian system, which is more of a Chinese theory of energy rivers or channels that run throughout our bodies, and they connect to and from the organs within us. And when all of these energy systems are blocked, we can get ill, we can feel fatigued, we can feel off, we don't feel right. And oftentimes, when we really don't feel well, it's because the blockage has been there for a while. So when you work with energy like Qigong or yoga or do Reiki, you understand a lot more about this energy, especially how it is in your body. And with practice, you can also understand how what's happening in someone else as a Reiki practitioner does. Right. So when you work consistently with energy, you can learn to consciously direct and cultivate your life force. Okay. And this might involve visualizations to cleanse your aura, which is something we all can do very, very simply. You don't have to be a Reiki practitioner to do that. It can include grounding exercises to connect with the earth's energy because everything's energy, right? Not just us, but the earth and every living thing around us. Reiki as well. You can do it through intention. You don't have a special tool, don't have to have a special tool, but you can. You can have crystals, you can have the written word is energy, and you can work with that as well. So many different ways. And what I hope to achieve with this workshop and all the others that I do is to introduce these methods to you, whether they're crystals or connecting to your intuition, ways to do that, or oracle cards. Each workshop is going to be unique. This one happens to work with the full moon energy, and I will tell you why in a bit. All right. So, as you work closely with this energy, you can understand, you can sometimes feel the energy inside of you move. You can feel your hands tingle. You can just experience things differently. Okay. Energy refers to the vital life force that animates all living things. So you see somebody jumping for joy, that's energy, right? That's just joyful energy. And then you have this beautiful little puppy dog running through the fields. Of course, any kind of furry or animal energy is awesome, whether it's, happy energy or just their particular energy, right? Tiger energy, bird energy. And then we have the subtle energy system here, as I referred to earlier, as the chakra system. And you can see the color points in the body, and they all refer to a different emotion or a different feeling, a different part of the body as it connects. And chakra theory is very old, as is meridian theory, but it's not until recently here in the West that we're starting to understand what that is, which is great. Something I always love to say is healthy chi or energy is the key to aging well. When you take care of your own personal energy or your chi, you feel better, you age well. When you age well, you feel better, you look better, right? You emanate this presence. You know when someone has good energy because you see it when they walk in a room. They smile, they radiate. You know when someone has bad energy when they come in and they're looking down, and you could see it in their face and you could see it in the way they hold their bodies. And it may not be that they're bad or evil, it's just that their energy is blocked. It's not working optimally for them. And you may notice the same within yourself. If you notice that you wake up and you're just, things are just not working out, that's the energy. That's when we need to tune in and say, okay, what's going on? What's happening? How can we change that? You know, really tuning in and being aware. A wonderful, a wonderful statement, a wonderful phrase that I've heard in a program that I took this past year was transformation happens on the other side of awareness. And it's so true. When we know what's going on and we want to change, we can change or figure out what we need to do to change, right? So when we're aware of what's going on inside of us, then we can say, okay, I know what I need to do, or I need to find out what I need to do in order to change. Now, change doesn't happen overnight. Transformation is a process. And the process and the journey is to be explored with curiosity and enjoyed. And that's how I've always viewed um, traveling on a journey of change. If anyone has questions, by the way, you can feel free to chime in. We can have a Q&A at the end, but if you have any questions before that, please feel free um, to ask. Because right now we're going to have a little bit of a Qigong break. So we are going to do some Qigong movements. I did not have anyone sign a waiver, I don't believe, or maybe there was upon sign-in, but please know that all these movements are pretty accessible. And if there's anything that doesn't feel right, please don't do it. Okay, these are simple movements. They're gentle. And there are ways that we're going to unblock some of the energy that may be stuck in our bodies. Now, some of the things that we're going to be doing are appropriate for this time of day or this day with the energy in Pisces, with the full moon in Pisces, that Pisces rules the feet and the lymphatic system. So we're going to do some stuff for that. So if you're ready and if you have a place nearby, we're going to start with some Qigong movement. All right. So you should be able to see back here. All right. So you may not see my feet, but a little bit. Let me just move this a little bit more. Place it down. I will project my voice. My mic isn't working, I don't believe, this far. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to stand in a position called Wuji. I love Wuji. If you do yoga, we have a mountain pose, and mountain pose is very rigid, right? We're like really stiff. Wuji is a very relaxed pose. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Let everything just relax. Take another deep inhale breath. Fill the lungs, fill the belly, press the belly out, really expand the body. And exhale. Bend the knees a little bit, sink the hips. or the pelvis slightly downward, as if you're sitting on a high bar stool. So you're just very buoyant, actually. Arms are by your side and you're relaxed. You have an internal smile or an external smile. It's always good to smile because that's energy right there. Imagine that you're pulling the energy with the breath up through the base of your feet. We talked about the feet. The feet, or Pisces rules the feet, and the full moon's in Pisces. So we have energy centers at the base of our feet. Draw the energy up from the earth, the grounding energy, and fill your entire body on that inhale. As you exhale, allow the energy to come out through the top of your head, which is the the energy center at the crown. And just release, just breathe. Turn your palms up. Inhale, reach the palms overhead. And exhale, lower the hands down, palms down. Turn your palms out again. Inhale, exhale, lower. So we're inhaling, imagining that we're inhaling at the back, up the back of the body and down the top. Just one more microcosmic breath. And then exhale. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to just do a little shaking, right? If you're not comfortable you're not shaking in public, you're just shaking in your own room. What this does is this helps with the lymphatic fluid. So when we're not moving around all day, that fluid gets stagnant and we want to move it around, right? We want to move it because it helps move the toxins in the body, helps drains the toxins. So shaking, gently shaking, we'll do that. All right, so a little bit of shaking. My light's turning on and off, not sure why, but we'll let it go. All right. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some heel drops, gentle on the heel drops. What this does, besides, working with the feet and the heels, is it also stimulates the bone marrow in the bones and the skeleton, right? Because the skeleton is made up of mineral, even though it's hard. So the gentle impact is going to stimulate that bone and provide some good nourishment and good chi for our bones. So as we inhale, I'm going to lift my arms up and exhale, drop, just like that. Inhale, lift the heels up gently and drop. I'm also going to drop my arms. That's extra lymphatic movement. Inhale, exhale, inhale up, exhale, drop the heels and have fun with it. Inhale. I tell my students, get that inner child out. Exhale, drop. One more inhale up and exhale, drop. Good. Now, bringing your hands down by your side, we're going to do what is called the 5 elements. And the first one we're going to do is we're going to draw the energy up from the earth. So palms are down. Inhale, soften the wrists. Tell people this is like Frankenstein. And then we exhale, we lower, we sink a little lower to the ground. We're grounding. You can do these in a chair as well. Inhale. Maybe the shaking a little bit, not as much, but you still can. Exhale. Inhale, imagine that you're drawing this energy up and give it a color, texture. And exhale, lower, sinking down into the earth. Maybe you have little fireball energies coming up the base of your palms and down, releasing it to the earth. This is grounding. So it's the earth element. Exhale, lower. And what's interesting is right now, in this season of late summer, it highlights this earth energy. And the earth energy is associated with the stomach and the spleen. All right, the next one we're going to do is we're going to add a little fire. So as we inhale, we're going to inhale the arms up. Let the palms face each other and expand. Squeeze the shoulder blades like we're doing cat-cows. And then exhale, round out the spine. And you're going to cross at the arms, but don't touch. You're just going to cross at the heart as if you're giving yourself a hug. If you want to touch, you can. Give yourself a hug. It's all good. Inhale, open those arms nice and wide. Look up at the sky, at the full moon, and exhale. So this is fire energy. Fire is heart, heart and small intestines. Open and exhale. You can even do it faster. I like to say I'm spreading my wings and flying, even though that's air element or metal. So we're flying and we're opening up and expanding. And if your shoulders are hurting, go gentle. Go gentle. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to raise our arms to the sky. And we're going to move side to side. This is the earth element. So I'm going to do something a little different. Usually I just tell people to sway side to side. We're going to imagine you're holding up the full moon. So have your hands facing each other as if you're holding an imaginary full moon, an energy of full moon in your hands. Raise it up to the sky and then just gently move, or even more, feel it in your body, the side body especially, holding that energy ball, that full moon, that precious full moon up there, right? Moving it around the sky. Feel that slight pull and tugging of your ribs, your lungs. This is the wood element. This is the liver, the gallbladder. These are working the meridian lines, the energy system in the body. It's one of my favorites because we don't normally go side to side when we walk or when we do things during the day, do we? So we need to do that more often. Now we're going to pause here. Let's place that full moon up in the sky. Let's let it sit there, illuminate, and let's imagine we're pulling the moonbeams down. This is actually the water element that we're going to do now. It's supposed to be a gentle spray or mist coming down from the sky. But today, we're pulling down those moonbeams. Allow the moonbeams to come down. And notice my video is the lights flashing on and off, but that must be from the camera. So I'm not doing any strobe lights here. So allow that the gentle moonbeams, pulling them from the moon. This is the water element. So this is spring or mist. And guess what? The moon represents water. So it's so appropriate. I love it. I love how all the energies are just so synchronistic. Bend the knees and press out. And you exhale out as well. So inhale, draw the palms back, elbows back, exhale out. See if I stand closer if that happens. Inhale and exhale. It's probably my new filter that's doing it. Exhale out. Inhale. And what we're doing is we're pushing away what no longer serves us, and that's the metal element. It cuts away what we no longer need. And the last part, I'm going to add one more because I love the metal element. Hands by your side. One more. We have a couple more movements to go. And then turn the arms. You're cutting away what no longer serves you all around. And then bring your hands down in front and lower by your side. Yeah. Go back to that Wuji posture and notice how you're feeling. Just tune in. Nice way to tune in is to just pause and scan your body. You feel warm, maybe, the fire energy. Do you feel cool? Maybe you have excess or more of a metal element or water. So tune in and notice how you're feeling. All right, let's do another one here. This one here, what I love about this one is that you can create an intention that you're actually removing something from inside of you, or your daily life that you no longer need. And the full moon is about releasing. Right? So bring to mind something, whether it's a habit, whether it's a situation, whether it's a feeling that you're done with. You're like, I've had it, and you want to get rid of it. And we're going to do this movement. You'd imagine you're pulling it out of you. So you start with the hands, one hand. So I have my right hand, it's probably left hand look towards you. And then this one's on deck. So this one's ready to go. Now, if you really want to get into this one, you imagine that you're pulling a weed. So your fingertips are all together. This is a chi lock, so it adds a little extra boost to to this movement. So you're pulling and you're going around in a circle while this one's ready to keep going and keep pulling in this motion. And as you pull, release the hand, throw it away. Release it and throw it away. Now, I did this movement when I started learning this movement. I imagined that I was getting rid of a habit that I didn't want anymore. And that habit had to do with drinking alcohol. And I wanted to release it from my system. So I imagined that I was letting it go and pulling it out, pulling all the triggers, all the motions, all the things associated with it, the feelings and the energy around it. And I would just keep going and pulling out. Okay, so that was my intention, because intention's strong. Now, after we pull, now I'm not saying one time this movement it'll make that happen, right? It's a process, right? It's a journey. Now we want to bring fresh new energy in. So we're going to do the opposite. We're going to bring the energy. So we're grabbing that energy, palm up, coming in the middle. So we're centering right down there. And the other hand is grabbing some more of that fresh chi, and we're bringing it right in, right down the middle, filling up our body, filling up our own personal chi bank with this fresh, new energy. And you can go as fast or slow as you want. Keep breathing it in, keep drawing it in. Imagine you have like a million floating dollar bills around, and you're just bringing them right in. It's good, another good visualization, I think, or whatever it is. Maybe it's a hundred apples, and you want to bring in, slowing it down, slowing it down, and yeah. Now, this next move is called Dragon Clears Its Path. And what I love about this movement too is very similar to what we were doing before about getting rid of things. So you're clearing the path. And this is going to work on opening up the ribs and the lungs. So we feel better, we breathe better, and we create an armor around us. It's something called a Wei Qi. I know it's a lot of information, but we're going to be doing these movements every month, and I'm going to change it up also based on the season, right? So the metal element's going to be the fall, when we get those colds and the hay fever. So we want to create this armor of energy around our lungs. And that's what this one's about. All right. So this one, we're going to break it down a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how we work the feet. Oh, let me show you how we work the hands. So we bring the thumbs in and we close the fingers over the thumb. Nice. That's another chi lock. So the chi lock holds that energy inside it. It creates more of like a pressure system inside. So we're going to turn our toes to this side. I'm going to my left, maybe you're right. And then with this hand, the one that's the same foot that's out, you're going to press forward as if you're punching the wind, and turn the thumb down. I'm going to get a little closer. Then you're going to do a circle behind, and it could be a big or little circle. You can look at that hand too, because turning the head is going to help. And then circle forward and back. Draw that elbow back. Park it back in there. All right, now we go to the other side. You turn your foot, punch that wind, turn your thumb down, big circle behind, coming back, or little, and come back forward and circle in front and bring it back in. So the dragon, and I love dragons, is clearing its path. If you have shoulder issues, make smaller circles. Okay. I will tell you a little, not a secret, but when I started learning Qigong, this was one of the first moves that I learned. And I had shoulder issues when I was doing the Qigong training. And my teacher said, your shoulder, it will get better. And he was right. My shoulder has gotten so much better just from this practice where I couldn't even lift my arm. But what happens is these movements help with the connective tissue, helps move the chi. So I had a lot of stuck chi in my shoulders, and it helped with that. So this is for the lung meridian, lung and large intestine. Okay, one more on this side. And then we're going to bring that back in and lower your hands down. The last movement we're going to do is I'm going to do some twisting and we're going to do some more centering. So we start with our hands together in front. Feet are pretty much together. Take a deep breath and exhale. On your next inhale, reach the palms up. And exhale, bring your hands down by your heart. Turn the fingertips down and exhale, lower. Bend the body just a bit. Inhale, reach the palms up. Turn the fingertips up, raise those fingertips. Exhale, lower the hands down by your heart. And then fingertips down. Bend the body just a tad. Or not, you don't have to bend the body at all. Now, the fingertips come straight out and draw them back in. Exhale, fingers out. So extend the arms and then draw back in. This time we're going to extend the fingers out. We're going to turn the palms down and open the arms. We're going to turn to so I'm going to turn to my left and maybe going left or right. Just follow me. Turn to the left. Look at the back hand. And then as you come forward, you're going to go back to you're going to turn to the other side. So rotating. And rotate as much as is comfortable. So we're doing a nice spinal twist. This is centering, aligning, and balancing. One more on this side. And then we're going to come back to center. We're going to turn the palms up. We're going to turn the palms up, bring the hands up, and then the back of the hands come together. Extend the hands all the way down. Turn the palms up. Inhale, reach the energy up towards your heart. Hold it here as if you're holding your heart in your hands. Take a deep breath. Turn the palms all the way to the sky. Extend to the sky and release the energy. And then gather fresh new chi from the universe, from the full moon, bringing it all the way down, and release. Bring your hands by your side. Take your hands and bring them in a loose fist. Gently tap the back of the kidney area for some more good chi. Come to the front of the belly. This is the dantian. This is the lower dantian. This is the energy bank, okay? So we're going to bring our hands out by your side. You're going to inhale, reach up, exhale down. Bring your hands to your belly. We're going to bank that chi. Remember what I said, good chi or healthy chi is the key to aging well. Take a couple of breaths. Imagine you're storing this beautiful fresh chi. It's flowing throughout your body, which it is. Hopefully you'll have a good night's sleep. And then I always like to end my Qigong practice by bringing the right hand, your right hand in a fist is the sun, and your left hand is the moon. You can cover it or keep it open, and then we bow in gratitude. So that was our Qigong. So your energy is now moving and opening, and what that will do is when I do the Reiki at the end, oh, that Reiki is going to flow even more. That's what I love. All right. One more little share again. Let's go back. Let's go to that PowerPoint. All right. I love moons ever since I was a little girl, and I still do it to this day. I I look out at the moon, and it's like my friend up at the sky, in the sky. And I talked to it ever since I was a kid. And my parents probably thought it was nuts, but there's something about that moon that I'm connected to. But what I do now, since I know a lot more about the energy of the moon, is when there's a full moon, I go out there and I actually talk to it and say, can you help me out? Can you just, I'm having an issue and I need to let go of this issue, whatever it is. Take it away. I say, take it away. Take it away from me. Let it go. And I also write these things down in a journal. So I want to share with you a practice that I always have is that on every full moon, you write down what you want to release and put the intention, whatever it is, the energy around something, the energy around the person, you write down and you don't have to burn it. You don't have to destroy it. You could just put it in a book and just let it go. And eventually the energy will work. It'll work to your greatest and highest good. But I want to talk about this super moon that's happening right now. This eclipse is rare and it's magical. And I'm reading because I don't want to misinterpret or missay anything. Um, it acts almost like a cosmic reset button for your emotional and intuitive systems because the moon's the emotions and the Pisces is also very emotional. It's very watery. Right now, this super moon, you may feel like crying, you may feel like laughing, you may feel like doing something like, I don't know, just hitting a pillow, whatever it is. I want you to honor that. I want you to cry. I don't want you to hit anybody, but if you need to hit a pillow, hit a pillow. If you feel that you're not right, just sit and pause, close your eyes. Let whatever comes up, let it come up. You don't want to suppress what's coming up because that's where your energy gets blocked, and we don't want that. So think about what's bubbling up. Is it something that is new that it wants you to try? It's not always that the full moon is going to bring out the worst in people. That's not it. It really brings up to the surface those things you need to see. So maybe you're hiding some or suppress a passion that you really want to do something so badly for so long and you kept it inside. But now you're seeing more of this around, or you're seeing signs that this is supposed to happen for you. This is what I'm talking about. This is you being aware of what's around you and the signs that the universe is showing you and your own intuition. Because your intuition is so powerful, you may not even know it. But especially around these moments, these full moons or eclipses, or it's like it's like you're walking through a doorway, an energetic doorway to something new and something different, to a transformation. It's up to you to walk through that door. You may be getting signs in your dreams. You may be going somewhere else in your dreams. You may be daydreaming and visions come up and you're like, wow, I haven't thought about that in a while. I wonder what that means. Write it down and ask the universe to show you what that means, or tune in and ask yourself to show you what that means. I truly believe that we can figure anything out ourselves. We don't need a magic deck, although I have like 100. We don't need other people to tell us. We have all the answers inside of us. So, the energy of the moon. Yes. Honor what you're feeling. Notice where you're feeling it in your body, right? And create something new and fresh. After letting go, grab onto something new. You don't have to wait for the new moon. You start it now. Because why wait? Right? So you may already know what needs to change and what is shifting, right? You can feel it, you can sense it, and you will know it. Ask the universe to show you, ask the full moon to show you. We all are very intuitively guided, and I hope to do more of these workshops where I teach you how to connect with your intuition. I've worked with energy, or I've been aware of energy in my intuition as far back as I could remember, at the age of 10, at the age of 9, where I knew things. And so just being aware, it's there. It's all within you. All right.
Rose,
Yes.
this is a full moon in Pisces, right?
It's a full moon in Pisces. Yeah.
So it's enhancing. So the opposite of Pisces is Leo, right? So
The
it's
opposite of Pisces is Virgo. So when you
the opposite is Virgo.
yeah, it's always in the
That's right.
it's always in the sun sign of Virgo right now. So yes. So it's the opposite of Virgo.
So we should focus on Piscean or Virgoan types of
What you want to release. Yes, you can.
focus on the Virgo or focus on the Pisces.
You know what? I never really focus on anything except what it is I want to release.
When it comes through. Yeah.
You know, I don't limit myself. So, Pisces, a lot has to do with the intuition and the emotions, and Virgo is about perfectionism. So if you feel you're too rigid in your life and you want to let go, or maybe you have a lot of clutter and you want to let go of clutter and you have a hard time doing that, and also that means internal clutter, like chatter, right? Overactive mind. Maybe you can't sleep at night because you wake up and your mind's very active. These are all energies that you can ask to release, or ask the universe to help you find the tools and the resources for. Okay. Yeah. So a couple of things here I mentioned about the water being and the Pisces being emotional and sensitive. Yes, very sensitive. So if somebody says don't be sensitive, just back off and back away and be sensitive. Don't let anybody else's words affect you in a way that'll, kind of exacerbate what's going on. Just walk away. The best thing to do is walk away, because nobody can understand what you're going through except you. And honor you, honor your space. As I say here, allow yourself the space and grace just to be compassionate towards yourself. Because we, as empaths, if you are an empath, and I'm sure you are, a lot of people are that don't know it, we pick up everybody else's stuff. We pick up everybody else's BS and their energy and their emotions and their anger and all that stuff. And then we don't realize where we are, where we begin, where we end. And it happens to all of us, even me. I mean, I can feel the energy, and sometimes I just will block myself and, create myself a little box so that I can just like, okay, just not absorb it. All right. But that takes practice, and that takes work. It takes awareness. Right. But just all I'm saying is keep it simple. Enjoy the beautiful full moon, release what you don't want to hang on to anymore, and see what happens. Connect with yourself. And also there's really wonderful affirmations and that you can read once and find comfort in them. For example, here's a couple I have that are associated with this full moon. I embrace the fluidity of life, adapting to change with grace while maintaining my core essence. My creativity knows no bounds. I allow it to flow freely, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. I honor the wisdom of my inner voice, even when it whispers. I love working with affirmations. I love working with journaling prompts. If you don't have the time to journal, that's fine too. The thing is, never make it a job. Make it something that is fun for you. If we start, if we start making it where we have too many expectations and we feel we're missing something in our little ritual, then that's when when you don't do it anymore. Okay. So make it fun. And I truly believe that the most powerful magic comes from within. I've always said this. We have the answers, we have the tools, we can heal ourselves. I spared you all my stories about my own personal healing and my own personal journeys, but I can vouch for this, that we are our greatest healer. Okay. Just know that. I wanted to say once again is remember all the magic is inside of you. Just connect with it every day. I hope that you enjoyed this session. You're welcome, everyone who came and everyone that is going to be watching this afterwards. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, much love.
Thank you, Rose.
You're
That was wonderful.
welcome.
I loved it.